In this episode, we take the Celica to a whole new level, going from afraid of speed bumps and potholes to not even knowing they exist. And I can't do anything on this car without breaking something.
It's me again. I'm back in the Celica and I still have no roll cage. I've had a million other things come up at the last minute, and this whole project has just gone just like straight down the tubes. I don't know, it just sucks. But today I did get a set of struts in. Actually, I got one strut in that cost a lot of money. So I can put the stock suspension back, front and rear, which will help raise the car up. So it's down to the last couple of days. I am way behind on everything, and we'll see how far I can get done. All right, that should be long enough. Oh, great.
What happened? Did it break already?
Yeah. Well, I can't race with that. I'm gonna have to replace that stud. Oh, wait a minute. I got more hubs in the back. I'll pull one out of the other old hubs. So I have this spindle or upright off one of the other cars.
You have a what?
And I have to get the studs out.
Sorry.
It's a lot easier to do when bolted onto the car. So, good way to do this is with the hammer. Or not. Ooh, that is stuck. This isn't the best way to do it, but spare bolt. And that brake pad, look at that, it's almost new. Spare brake pad. So there's a small lip in this cooling sheet metal here, just big enough you can pound a stud out the back. I can find a open end lug nut, a lug nut that's open. I think that will work out good. Pop that guy out. Ooh, a little too hard. Oh, might be a lot of too hard. Well, I might have to pick another lug nut. And maybe another stud. Ah, there we go. That's good. Just a little persuasion. Now, what else do I need to put on here? There's the brake pads there. So I'm done with that. Set that aside. I'm done with that for now. I'm a little concerned about this sway bar end link. It's gonna be, because the sides are so different, I might have to put that on afterwards or later. Let's see if I can draw this stud into place. Now you really shouldn't reuse a stud on here. Once it's used, a lot of times they'll stretch out or they'll have issues. But I think it'll be okay for what I got going on here. And even if it breaks, 4 out of 5 isn't bad. There's the carnage so far. Oh! Next is, these go in here somehow, like that maybe. Yeah, that'll be good enough. That should work. That should work. Go in here like this. No, like this. I guess I should put some brake shoes in there. Trying to fit in here somehow. Like that. And remember what size bolts these were? I don't know. I think they were, was it 14? 14. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. So the plan is I'm going to put these the struts on. These are just, we'll bring it back up to stock height. There's a lift kit. I wanted to build my own lift kit. I had a plan on building my own coilovers, but just a lot of stuff going on. So I just kind of ran out of time with all these projects. So these will bring it up to stock height. I got to get this done today. We'll try to do an alignment, and then you can see on these. You can see on these tires, they're actually down to the cords, and looks like it might be starting to separate. You can see there's chunks missing there, so I just need these to last one more day while I play with and kind of adjust the alignment a bit. And then this weekend or next day or two, I'll take it into the tire shop and get some new tires put on here. Some bigger tires, some tires that aren't quite as low profile. So because the car was all over the road, this was actually towed in going down the road, and that can make the front end a little unstable sometimes. So I actually towed it out quite a bit. That helped quite a bit. That helped a lot, but I definitely didn't solve the problem. But one of the side effects of that is this wear on the inside when you're going down the road towed out. But the camber that was on here, the negative camber doesn't help either. And I'm looking at these tires, they're really worn here. There, and then you got spots here where they're not quite down there yet. So some of the steering problems could have been caused by these tires as well. These are actually Scion TC wheels. These are not exactly my favorite. I was told when I got the car they were powder coated, but only on the outside. They're powder coated white, but only on the outside. And if you know powder coating, it's real tough to only powder coat half of something. But this is definitely spray paint. I put some brake cleaner on here, and the paint just comes right off. All right, so this one here is that stud that got put in there. And there's some tension on it. It's still feeling tight. It feels like it might be drawing the stud in still. There we go. Oh yeah, it's tightening down now. So I was thinking this would raise the car about 2 inches. It's actually about 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches. Not quite what I was hoping for, but every little bit helps. Maybe this will help a little bit. You can see the left side over here is just a little bit higher than the right side over here. Not a lot, but it's a little. Every little bit helps. I don't know what is going on here. I got another broken stud on this side. And a stuck wheel. Well, that tire doesn't look too bad at all. It just has some camber wear. Another broken one. Jeez. Everything is stuck on this car. That'll work as a jack stand just in case. Don't do this at home. Make sure you use the proper equipment. My safety tip for the day. Public service announcement. Yeah, that'll fit in there somehow. I can't even see what I'm recording. Alright, the old strut's out. The old one. Actually, the old one's out and the old one's going back. Another old one's going back in. Oh, maybe we should take this bolt out first. It's rusted in place. So I don't know if you can see this, but this is the eccentric bolt, the top bolt. It's got like a cam lobe on it here. If I turn it around, but this is what you spin, this bolt, and this is actually what will be used to align the car to give it more or less camber. This will only go so far though, and with the car being as low as it was, it just didn't have enough adjustment, I don't think. And I believe this needs to go in a specific way. And then this is the lower bolt here. It's much bigger. And it is getting dark now. I can't even hardly see what I'm doing. Yep, that's a broken one. Man, these lug nuts suck. I hope I don't have to change a tire. I don't know what happened. Alright, I think we're clear. We can drop this down. Look at that. You can get the jack under there now. Wow, that's a bit of a difference. Wow, this actually went up another inch. Not bad. We got some ground clearance now. All right, next is the rear. Raise up the rear with the struts. I looked all over the place. There used to be tons of these cars in the junkyard, but I've noticed cars at junkyards are getting kind of scarce. So I have a strut assembly that came off of the car that I had that was wrecked, and I had to buy a new one, which was not cheap, because I couldn't find one in a junkyard anywhere. So we'll put these in and see how much that raises up the car. I should take a measurement before I start. So that side is 24 and a quarter. 24 and a quarter. And hopefully the other side is pretty close to the same. The other side's pretty close to the same, and that looks about the same. So a bit of advice here. I've got a manual transmission car. I jacked up the front, but I had the parking brakes on, so the rear wheels are locked. Now I'm going to jack up the back, but the car's in neutral, so you definitely want to leave it in gear, which will help it from rolling back. And it's probably not a bad idea to chock the wheels as well. So I'm working on a little bit of a hill, but it doesn't take that much for this whole thing, the jack stand, I mean, whatever you got, just to go rolling down the driveway. So always think about what you're doing, or don't and have an adventure. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'm going to try to get these bolts off the top and drop this whole strut assembly out without taking the wheel off. So I will give that a shot. Hopefully that works out. It'll be a lot quicker.
Yeah, I tried that for all of about 30 seconds and realized that was not going to work. So the wheel had to come off no matter what.
Or just making lots of noise. Man, that is stuck in there good. Oh, it's coming out. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh. Ooh, that scared me. Okay, that's out. Can I get this out? That is stuck in there. So I think what I need to do, I think there's tension, this anti-sway bar, anti-roll bar, putting tension on the suspension. I think what I got to do is take the other side off. I ran into a big problem trying to get these rear struts out. There's so much tension on the suspension that with a 4-foot pole hanging off a 4-foot bar, we can't even pull it down far enough to take the tension off the strut there to get it out. So maybe a 10-foot bar. I've got a 10-foot bar I can stick in there and hang off of for more leverage. But it's dark. It's late. It's hard to see right now. So we'll have to pick this up again tomorrow.
That's it for this episode. Next time we will finish the suspension install by putting the stock height struts back on the rear. I'll take the measurement and see how much height we actually gained and get some new tires put on the car. As we continue to prepare the Celica for the Rallycross Fest 2020 put on by Northwest Rally Association and at Dirtfish. Hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when there's new videos posted and updates on this car and any of the other projects we have on this channel. Until then, stay safe.